はい、こんばんは。はい、こんばんは。Sorry, I had to reset the YouTube studio. There we are, now we're moving. Happy Friday, everyone. こんばんは、こんばんは。I really hate that Twitch always plays an ad at this point in the stream. It like starts with an ad as soon as I get off my just home, you know, just the waiting screen. We'll wait it out. But I hope you guys are doing well. I was playing a little bit of Street Fighter 6 earlier today. I got back the MR I lost yesterday. So because yesterday I was... What was I? Yesterday I went down, like below 1600. Today I got my 1600 back. Hello Pink Potato-san, hello Baba Hyper-san, welcome guys. Although you guys probably can't hear me. Because there's an edge playing. Okay, I think you guys got out of the ad prison. At least my Twitch says that the ad's not playing anymore. Hello Pink Potato-san, hello Baba Hyper-san, hello Batswatsi-san, welcome. Hiya. Man, I'd love to make Twitch run less ads. But like, there's not an option to do that. This is the minimum that I need to run to not give everyone pre-rolls all the time. So yeah, whatever. But thank you for coming. I'm excited to start a new game today. Well, it's not so new to me, because I have played that game twice before. I was thinking I should maybe install it back on my Vita. Because I have not used my PlayStation Vita in a really long time. I was wondering if those save files are still saved somewhere. Because I could play a third New Game Plus on the Vita if I wanted to. I'll have to see. Not that I could stream from it anyway, but... It would be nice to at least see my old save files. Because I did beat the game twice. I beat it once on Rin's route and then once on Ronnie's route. Oh, which one are we doing, by the way? Oh no. I think it's like halfway point when you need to decide the route, but there is 2 routes. Maybe you guys can decide which character you guys like more. Because in the beginning you need to make a choice between 3 characters, but then halfway through the game there's also like you can side with one of 2 characters. Because for me it doesn't matter, I've already played both of them. Hello Mervest-san, welcome. I've been doing well. You know. Oh, back in Street Fighter 6 I used drive tickets. I used all of my drive tickets to get more Viper colors. I need to do anything to get my frickin' before I'm waiting for costume 3. I need some different looks. But I really, yesterday I played only Viper and I also played only Viper today. So I feel like in the realm of Street Fighter, I'm sort of getting into the grind set, as I have very little desire to play anyone else. At least right now. But, oh, I posted about this on Twitter earlier and you guys seemed pretty receptive. Should I stream Granblue again? Granblue versus specifically. Because I would like to play 2B. And at least those of you guys who follow me on Twitter seem to, you know, seem to view it pretty positively. But I'd be down to play. I streamed it I think once or twice. I bought the base game and I played it on my own. But I didn't really play it so much. So maybe learning 2B would be fun. If anything has Dragon Guard stuff in it or near stuff in it, I'll play. But today's game doesn't have anything Dragon Guard in it. But it is of my other favorite series, which is Fate. So... wow, I'm booting up my Sony PlayStation Portable right here. Let me know if you guys can hear the game, okay? ゲーム聞こえる？私も聞こえる？音量大丈夫ですか？ This is a very serene title screen. In a lot of games it would transition into like an opening cutscene and a track mode thing, but not in Fate Extra. This is a very peaceful screen, I think. ...2012, by the way. Maybe the translation came out in 2012. I'm pretty sure the game itself came out in 2010. But I guess the translation was a little bit late then. Okay, so do you guys know what? There's actually not much of a difference between normal and easy. The only difference is that easy mode has like a bit where you can restore your mana and your health. And I'm thinking because I'm playing caster, I will need to grind in the beginning. I might actually go easy on this in the interest of saving time. You know? Because when I played the game on my own, I played on normal both times. But it'll take a lot of time if we can, like, it would take us past the grind section a lot faster if I take easy. And the actual boss fights and stuff, all of those are the same. So I'm actually gonna go easy on this. For you guys as, you know, the time for you guys, for in the interest of saving you guys' time. But are you guys ready for the greatest intro sequence in video gaming history? I genuinely think that the first section, like the prologue to this game, is the best intro sequence to any video game ever. I'm not joking. You guys will see. It's a bright sunny morning. The air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activity than normal in front of the school gate. Wow, this text goes so slowly. Surely there's a scroll speed setting. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president Issei Ryudo. That's my goat. Rivdo mentioned. Good morning, lovely weather we're having, don't you think? So yeah, a lot of the characters in this game are from Fate Stay Night, like they have the same names and same faces. But because the extra world is a different universe, they're like different. So when you see a character from Fate Stay Night, it doesn't mean they have the same background. You know? But they are essentially, a lot of them. Their looks are the same, their personalities are pretty similar. 2010 time to evaporate? Yeah, feeling older, aren't we? I played this game, I think, in 2020 or 2021 on the Vita. So it actually has been 5 years for me too since I played a spin-off of Fate, or is it related? So, well, yeah, it's both. It's a different universe. All of the things of what happened are different because it's a tangentially related world, but a lot of the stuff that happens in Extra is unique to Extra and the Extra sequels. But the thing about Fate is that basically every Fate work happens in a separate universe. Like even stuff that seems like a direct sequel is technically not. So, there are parallels. It's still a Fate game, but it's not, you know, before or after, like the original Fate Stay Night, you know? She's already mixing us up. Oh, how do I explain? God, what game have we played that's like this? Let me scroll through my live stream history. Have I played a game? How do I explain this to you guys? The classic Fate mix-ups. Hold on. I will find a way of explaining. Multi-Blood Overwatch. Silent Hill Marvel Rivals. Wait, I played Marvel Rivals. Think of them as like different runs of Marvel comics, I think. I've never read superhero comics, but I think that's how they work, right? Different runs of comics don't necessarily stay in the same world. Yeah? But so you can have like different takes on the same characters. It's kind of like that. We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council will strictly enforce school rules. I have been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now then, uniform inspection time. Collar check, pant hems check, and your socks check. Next to the contents of your bag, notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, not even a whiff of contraband. We're so well behaved. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. We're so remarkable. You're a model Skimiara Academy student. Someone like you ought to consider a future in student government. Thank you, Iseryudo, very cool. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent, Student Council President, on to the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip. Oh, okay, I can double tap to make the screen texture quicker. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. For sure. Press triangle while on campus to open the system menu. You can save your game, adjust game options, etc. Yeah, we going on fast. This is still not very fast. I have this weird feeling that I'm forgetting something. I just can't think of what it might be. Man, I must have a hole in my head. Maybe if I head back to my classroom. We'll do that in a moment. Welcome and enjoy your stay at Kureya Academy. Archery range. Can I go to the archery range? If you don't get to your classroom soon, you'll incite the tiger's wrath. So true. Wait, can I go to the archer range? You think they've got the... A lingering scent in the air triggers in my thoughts a soft wave of nostalgia. The archer range seems to be completely empty. The entrance even goes up tight. Okay, they don't have the archery club girlies. So sad. Was your range open? Somebody left their stuff there, did they? Is there stuff in here? Side gate is closed. We're gonna leave school. I should exit the main gate. What if we just leave? Surely we can leave school, right? For the people going back to classroom as fast as possible, okay. Fine, fine, fine. Gotta go to the bathroom before homeroom starts. The guy in the black. No, the guy in the black is Ryudo. He's Ryudo. Right, there's that hallway. I kinda wanna see if they let me go to like the cafeteria, for example. No? Two-way ring a bell, yes sir, we know. Oh my god, I can actually read those sheets. Library room, oh my god. I'm so literate, holy shit. Over here? Yep, here we go. Joy, yatta. Zero segment. Chimes race Gordon's humble days, precious handful of gold dust. I love that the chapter names in this game are like DDD chapter titles. As I enter classroom, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why so popular is a mystery? Shinji? Wait, doesn't Shinji say a slur in this game? Okay, it's been like 5 years. I have a very like vivid memory of Shinji Mato saying a slur in this game. But yeah, even though we've been friends since freshman year, right? Anyway, don't expect the fact you're boring as start. It's not like you can help it. I mean, anyone would seem boring and stupid when compared to me. So true. It's a little early for so much abuse, but as it's Shinji Mato, it can't be helped. His arrogance almost palpable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. So, this is kind of what I mean by when I say the characters aren't the same. If you've played Fate Stay Night, you would know that this Shinji Mato, he's not like a great guy. He did a lot of really fucked up shit. He did a lot of really fucked up shit to Sakura in Fate Stay Night. That's not a factor in this game. Because in this game, he's just like a gamer boy, you know? So, I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff's beyond easy for me anyway. Hey, Mato, isn't that a discretion totally wrong in every way? No, he's really cool and smart. Since when did 2 + 2 = 5? I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. As Shinji raises his voice, the girls are panicked and run back to their desks. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How big a game friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I wanna say we met in spring sometime. The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura? Like I mentioned. You guys probably know her. Oh, classic ba. So this is a bit from Fate Stay Night again. If you haven't played it, this happens in that game. As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Seem to be making stupid jokes. You're right, she's not moving. She get knocked out or something. A few brave students get off their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hey, Miss Fujimura. Are you okay? Hey, class about to start. Get back to your seats, pronto. Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. No one gives thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. The scene playing out before me never seems to change from day to day. The same exact lessons, the exact same subject, the exact same content. Strange. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Beesman, a talented physician who... that would never be important. That guy would never show up later. I mean, Miss Fujimura is conducting class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano-thingamajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I'm Mila. Her ensuing laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seemed deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Fujimura out, the bell signaling the end of the class rings. That's all for today. Be sure to study hard tonight and don't forget those important points I told you about. While today's class wasn't all that boring, it is a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sound, students begin to break off into small groups. Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all the busy work. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole is having to attend these stupid classes. And you're still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans like a date or something? Hell, I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. I mean, you're just going to your dork club with the journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you're boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. I don't know what the voice I should do for him. Journalism club's been busy. Weird stuff. Yeah, we don't really have a memory. We don't really know what's going on. A lot of students have been heard rumors that there's a slasher on campus. What all? Seems kind of pathetic to just head straight home after school. I should join a club. I've never been in a club either. Should have gone somewhere that you wear regular clothes. You'll be able to prefer the black uniform of the student council like you. Yeah, that's true. It's like us over. The editor-in-chief of the journalism club was calling a general meeting. You'd better go. The desk is short. I keep shifting around. He's got the chia colors. I'm actually pretty sure that Taiga predates Chia, no? Fate Stay Night came out in 2004. I'm pretty sure Persona 4 is newer than that. I don't know for sure, but I think it is. She's his sister, we can marry and she'd feed me and I'd wake up to her every day. The thought of Shinji being my brother-in-law. Heavensfield talks about this. So yeah, all of the shit that Shinji did to his sister in Fate Stay Night, we're assuming that's not the thing in this game, okay? Look who's here, it's a newspaper club says, got it in the layers. Unsolved mysteries of Tsukimihara. I got it, we got there. Yes, we got it, don't worry about it. Gateway to the paranormal, so there's supported an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. Once I'm a male student, got bullied a lot and was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced that there's paranormal activity going on back there. We go there, I go in there. We go in there, let's see if we can find a guy. You can't get in. The library, the weird mechanical noises coming from inside. Yes, this is exactly the PSP 2010 game. The one that's supposed to get a remake, but it hasn't, yeah. Oh wait, I don't know why I remember the nurse being downstairs, was it not? Oh no, it's been 5 years. When we go to floor 3, we can. No closet. Is this it? Also. Okay, I wanna find. I wanna go chat up Shinji's sister. So no roof the press. But isn't this just all classrooms? Yo. But I guess that's fine. We'll move on the story. There's not much we can do here right now, and you guys will know why soon. Out of the blue, a feeling that something was moving behind the door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside of the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For some unknown reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of the supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open. Without a warning, a man appears from out of the shadows, dressed in black with a door tower? What does that mean? I actually don't know that word. Dua. Relentlessly severe, stern, or gloomy in manner or appearance. Pronounced Dawa or Dua. I've never heard the word before. But that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. Hello, Shizu-san. Yeah, the music in this game is great. I actually switched my starting soon screen with a Fade Extra song. His cold blank stare sends chill down my spine as though he's marking me for death. For some reason it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. What? Okay, I don't need to read them when they're voice acted. He begins to mutter under his breath while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as wave of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching the wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way. Yeah, I'm like constantly mothering my chat. That's exactly what I do. At The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seemed to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his. Yes, yes. We know. Yeah, 何もない。Hakuzuki sensei. The man who introduced himself as Mr. Kusugi turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened, but I'm still sore and slicked with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. We now have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. So, I suppose we'll check out the archery club since that's what it wanted from us. Yeah, this looks basically the same as the archery club background in Fate's Day Night, which is cool. The word is when they live there, stuck in the target mount. Usually make the kids straight, but there's no activities leading up to exam, so I'm doing them. No entrance to the spirit world here? Okay, I guess not. Alright. It's just Fujimura-sensei. She's a very mysterious lady. I'll report this tomorrow. A day will pass if you go home. Yes, we'll go home. Ito. Humble days as precious as gold dust. Where are the buyers? But I wonder why this section is called Chapter 0. Why would it not be Chapter 1? Much to think about. As I walk into class at Jerk, the girls that normally flock around Shinji-mato aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I ask him if something happened. What? Like I tell you if anything happened to me. Which it didn't, nothing at all. Hey yo, you know that Ice Queen Rinto, she thinks she's so much better than everyone else. My favorite Fate character. Rinto is my beloved. At first I thought she would be the only one who understands how lonely it is at the top. I tried tongue enjoy yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidate her or something. I might have lost a few points for getting violent, but the girls who talk back to me get slapped. Right, okay. I'd never hook up with such a violent stuck up bitch like that, no matter how hot she is. What a waste. She'd be perfect if she just keep her mouth shut. He's such a nice guy. He's such a gentleman. Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rinto Osaka. Knowing Shinji probably hit on her and got shut down. And why'd she take a shot at me? I thought she was going to spinning star kick me next. He continues to whine under his breath. I can only imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally his super aggressive approach works, but obviously it didn't with Rinto Osaka. Life's more interesting when it's got little shakeups like this. Let's just start homeroom. Oh no, Fujimura-sensei falls again. Oh no, now it's Kuzuki-sensei, what the frick? Battles are still waged 30 years on. Standing behind the lectern today is the school's newest teacher, Kusuke. Although he's supposed to be teaching math, his lessons seem to have gone off on a tangent. Now instead of armies, attacks in even greater numbers are being carried out by terrorists, and in an attempt to suppress these terrorist groups. With that bell signaling the end of classes sounds, and with the end of the day here, the tension in the classroom drops immediately. Alright, let us end here today. Oh yes, before I forget, there is an announcement from the student counselor. A rise in the number of slashing incidents has made the surrounding area dangerous. With that in mind, keep any detours to a minimum and head home as quickly as possible. Get home quickly? Good advice, but I still have to finish a few assignments for the club. Why I'm so gung-ho about investigating the school's 7 wonders a mystery even to me, but it seems important for some reason. No, Shinji is gone? He must have been pissed. Where'd he go? To the journalism club too. Yes, of course. No, we'll get there. I'll go talk to her. Don't worry about him. Shinji. Oh, we've seen Shinji plenty. I've seen more than enough Shinji. Gorgeous girl on the stairs. Could she be a new student? Osaka? It's so funny because like in the original VN especially they mentioned that Terin is not like super pretty. This is a retcon. Would it be unrealistic to call Rin Osaka the most popular girl in the whole school? To be fair, I like extra Rin a lot actually. Extra Rin is a cool version of her. Girl, you're so dense you wouldn't feel if I pulled your leg away. I kinda wanna see where Shinji is. I wanna get more Shinji dialogue. This game's incredible. This game is genuinely one of my favorite games ever. I almost never replay games. But you know, this one I have. This is my 3rd time. Yes. Girl dressed in red on the rooftop. What on? To the rooftop, yes sir. I suppose that's her trademark. It also chills on the rooftop in Europe in the VN. No one's allowed on the roof, but I can see someone's along in the shadow. The vibrant colors set off by the setting of the sun is enough to take one's breath away. Under the now blood red sky, a single girl looks out on the town that spreads out below. Although isn't the reason why she's there in the VN is because she's like surveying with Archer. It's actually been even longer since I played Fate Stay Night. I really should reread them. It doesn't really exist. What could that mean? What could she be possibly talking about? Me, I have no idea what she's talking about. Yes, there is. Dragon Guard 3 jokes about this. Not quite sure that last statement was supposed to express disgust or disappointment. As she finishes speaking, a faint smile forms on the girl's lips as she slowly turns in my direction. Her unwavering gaze makes it seem like she can see things hidden to others. Her eyes seem to shine with an intensity that rivals of the fiery red of the evening sky. Me, I'm not an NPC. I'm a real person, for sure. Please believe me. I'm a real person with conscious thoughts and feelings. Continuing to mumble quietly to herself, the girl quickly walks my way. Unexpected, her finger reaches out and touches my cheek. I actually forget they throw this at you this early. What do you guys think is going on? Mumbling to herself, the girl disappears without a trace. It's like no one was ever there at all. She vanished. There were not her form has been indelibly burned into my mind. Oh, you're still here. It's almost time to leave school, so you should prepare to go home. Thank you, Iseryudo. The sound of his voice pulled me back to reality. I must look completely dazed and confused. Maybe I'm tired or... I'll talk with the editor-in-chief again tomorrow. Yes, sir, we shall go home. Auspicious stars, such dazzling lights, it drowns even the chime of bells. I enter the classroom. Once again, Shinji-mato in the seat next to me has a full house. I'm telling you, you don't have any talent. Give up before you look like— oh, there it is. We don't say that anymore. I know it was 2010, but we don't say that anymore. Yeah, I remember this. Oh my goodness. You have to understand, this game was made 15 years ago. Oh, that's funny. So nobody said to that? What? What did he say? We're dying to know. Please tell us. This was gets all boo-hoo and he says, I'll keep practicing until I get better. I can at least get better than you, who skips practice. Sorry, I have to laugh. Anyone knows that you can't practice your way into being a genius. If he wants to practice something, he should practice not sounding like a tool. The guy's not a total maggot, but he's still still trash that needs to find a garbage can. That moron. People aren't created equal. Even people who are born above average can never reach the same height as the naturally gifted. You must be so talented if you don't need to practice, Mato. I feel bad for that kid. Trash can't help being trash. It should learn to stop dreaming about being something better. The bell rings. In response, the gaggle of girls shuffle off to their own seats. Luvia is the main heroine. That's basically Fate Unlimited codes because she has an infinite. She has the task only grab infinite. Whether or not Shinji has innate talent, I think it's pretty clear that I'm a nobody. A nobody with no goals. I mean, when I try to even think about the future, I get overwhelmed. As long as I keep plodding along, someday I'll reach my totally average future. Yay! That's what happens to everyone, right? Are there actually people who break the pattern? Oh. I have no idea. For me, today is just another ordinary day. Good morning, everyone. Suddenly my heart accelerates, each painfully strong. It is as if my body is on high alert. I know it's not a reaction to Miss Fujimura, no. Well kids, this is a little out of the blue, but today I want to introduce you to a new friend. So remember when we were playing Multiblood? And I showed you guys the Mario costume where he had blonde hair and a full orange outfit? And I made a big show about, like, do you guys know what it's based on? It's this guy. Mario has the colorway and Multiblood type Lumina. That's a reference to Leo from Fate Extra. It's him, that blonde boy is the one who's causing my body's fight or flight instincts to prickle. Go on, Leo, introduce yourself. Well, Leo, you'll be attending school with these people, so I'm sure they'd like to know who you are. Steps forward and then a louder voice says, But yeah, I do think Luvia is kind of underrated. I feel like in general, Luvia, Bassett, and Karen could have gotten more screen time. It'd be nice. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. The classroom is silent. There aren't even any jabs that indicate his eccentric manner of speaking or any coos over how pretty he is. Instead, the entire classroom is enthralled by his regal bearing. Entranced even. Shinji's words come to mind. This is what it means to be on a different level. None of us plebs could ever hope to reach the level that this new kid lives on. His natural place is above us, looking down as our king. How did someone like him end up here? This must be a mistake. Anyway, please feel welcome. Then, Leo, if you would please take a seat. It looks like the third seat in the second row from the right is open. Will that be okay? Oh, you're addressing me. I see no reason to allow you to call me Leo, as it didn't feel awkward to hear it from you. If you have the chance, I'd very much like for a delightful woman like you to visit my country. Don't joke with your teacher. To your seat, Leo. I won't smack you since, well, it was kind of flattering of you to say that. Of course, I appreciate your diplomacy, Mr. Fujimura. Then the boy gave the kind of easy smile that only kids can. That simple smile washes away the tension in the room and people even begin to smile themselves. I think he's not so much a king as a prince. He may be above us, but he also has natural charisma that throws us up to his level. However, it seems that there is at least one person in class whose mileage varies. Flirting with the teacher already? That arrogant little twerp. She's clearly not happy. If you have any questions, ask anyone in the class or myself. Come to me first. There's no need to be shy. Yes, I understand. I'm pleased that I will be attending such a good school. Just for a second, I thought he shifted his attention towards me, not toward anyone else, or even Shinji was still bad-mouthing Leo, but to me alone. Yeah, right, there's no way a practically otherworldly person like him would know this plan to me. The school day ended with nothing else of interest occurring, but that Leo, I can't shake the uneasiness he awoke in my heart. It feels like all somewhere have become misaligned. No, I'm just excited for once something happened. Well, besides what happened yesterday. I should report yesterday's findings to the editor. Whoa. I liked Leo like glitching out. I hear a familiar voice as I walk down the hallway. It's coming from around the corner. And there you have it. To summarize, about 30% of the participants have overcome the computer's brainwashing. These individuals now remember who they are. They were all Class A Magi. One girl in particular made quick work of the brainwashing. You might say she's a natural and therefore more adept than Magi who have been more sheltered. Unlike those domesticated sheep, she's a wild, more muffled, stronger, rare, wilder. She couldn't even bear to put on the school uniform the other sheep mindlessly wears. Novelistic girl whiteness is. Wild things end up in cages. Still, keep your distance and your guard up. The voice coming in front of the supply room is none other than that of a teacher, Kusaki. He was speaking politely, almost reverently. However, this didn't about the Harveys in Asia voiced some concerns regarding her. She's the daughter of a noble family, which makes her unruly behavior even more unbecoming. The voice that chimes in joins Kusaki's in none other than transfer student Leo's. She's a failure like the other dropouts, and so she's below your concern. Anything you lack is something the world itself lacks. It's worth noting the assassins sent by those alchemists. I have yet to confirm anything, but no doubt they're lurking about. I don't believe I've ever seen how an alchemist fight. Their charms or their symbols rather are quite unusual. We have the opportunity now. Aren't you curious, teacher? When the life checked about this assassin first. Those are the only ones to watch out for. However, there are others with excellent abilities. A handful of others have passed the prelims besides Rinto Osaka. Rather, I will respectfully decline. That ends my report. It is unusual for a teacher and a student to meet up like this. I understand. Be careful. You too, brother. Oh my goodness. He's gotta be hot and all that. You gotta understand, he has to farm aura. His comfort is like secondary. Farming aura is the primary goal. But I shouldn't have been listening. So I think we'll chat up with you. Just nothing we can do. What's with the editor-in-chief's reaction? It's not right. I thought she'd say something like, hey, don't scare me like that. Actually, the problematic part is how nonchalant she is that a person disappeared. Your next story will be Mystery of the Courtyard Chapel. The editor-in-chief keeps talking like nothing happened. She's already on to the next thing. Should I say something? Did you know there's a chapel on campus even though this isn't the mission school? It seems the chapel has been here longer than the school. This is just a rumor, but they say that it's haunted and magic rites are performed there. I'm sending you to investigate. The entrance to the courtyard is on the end of the right side of the first floor hallway. Okay. Wait, do we get to see the girls at this point already or is it later? Oh wait, I actually don't remember. Do the girls already show up or is it later? Oh. Alright, fate, questioner. Who do you guys think this guy is? I shall follow your progress with great interest. Best of luck. Thank you. Thank you, Rasputin from Fate Grand Order. Wait, I gotta be honest, I was not listening. Where was the chapel entrance? She was wearing a stuffed animal. Oh no. That's strange, even if we're here. Oh, it's you again. I don't have time to play like you always do. Go play reporter, but it's friendless little geeks like you do instead of having a life. Thanks, man. Does look like a fire alarm. That's true. Tekken 6 got inspiration for Leo design. Leo if they had infinite aura. No, I don't want to go into the bathroom. Well, I do. I kinda need to, but like... Whoa. So you're Mr. Kusuki, but are you cooking? The man stands like a black strain, dating the joyfully multicolored flower beds around him. The new teacher, Kusaki. But the man standing in front of me isn't acting like a teacher by any stretch of the imagination. The sick malignancy of overbearing aggression fills the air, and then scattered around him are dead bodies of students. Why did you come in here? I'm certain I locked that door. I suppose I'll test you out. His thin lips hardly moved, but in the next instant... I'm bowled over as if struck by an invisible force. Chaotic thoughts spur my brain like endless grains of sands. What happened? Can I move my limbs? Seriously, what was that? Kusaki hasn't moved, no one else nearby. Oh, why? How? My thoughts whirl, my heart races. I see what you are now. It isn't you, I suppose. His voice was a white hiss, but I could hear everything he said. This man with cold, inscrutable eyes raises his palm towards me. Is there gameplay? We'll get there. Well, when I come to, I'm collapsed in the garden. The garden is silent. There's not even a trace of Kusaki or the corpses that have been there. I'm uninjured, though my body aches from laying on the hard ground. The cold sweat that had covered me is gone too. Only the piercing pain in my head remains. Maybe it was just a bad dream. I got bare and attempt to stand. The ground seems to move under my feet. I'm delusional. Of course the ground isn't moving. Okay, so we don't get to go inside the chapel, yeah. But it will be fun when we get to. Because they've got some ladies in there. Oh no, 0 days remaining. Oh no, Shinji lost all of his aura. It's all about Leo now. Thank you, Leo. Very cool. That bunch of brown-nosing idiots will suck up to anyone that has got bigger pre-paints than theirs. Oh, whatever. It's no skin off my back. People who are ugly inside are ugly outside too. And you're one to talk. Seems that Shinji's gaggle of female admirers has migrated to Leo's desk. For once, Shinji's irritation is kind of understandable. I'll give him this. The professorial charity worker laying on the charm of those cells is desperate to appear smarter than me, but I'm the real smart one here. I see what he's doing. The dumb little kid doesn't know that I'm onto him. Reacting to Shinji's voice, Leo glances this way. Leo's expression is inscrutable, but not hostile. What do you want? Wanna go? After a few false starts, Shinji finally manages to squeeze that out in a low voice. I don't know if Leo heard, but he gets out of his seat. The recoil turns into a noticeable flinch, with Leo smiles kindly at it in response. Unlike Shinji, Leo's gestures are filled with dignity. Do we have a name? We'll get there, don't worry about it. If I have unknowingly given you cause to be malicious, I would like to deeply apologize. Shinji Matobase, I'll be careful not to upset you in the future. His message firmly delivered, Leo returns to his seat, his soft voice bore no note of hostility or resentment. I'm such a nice guy, I'll just accept this apology. Yeah, it's not like he ever pissed me off. After visually confirming that Leo is otherwise occupied, Shinji feigns calmness and leans back. Let's go, the teacher will fall down again. Classic. Dudum. Shinji still seems to be in a bad mood. It's obvious he doesn't like Leo all that much, but with him it's impossible to tell if he's really mad or just being cynical. Either way, it's more of the same. Just like our homeroom teacher's daily dramatic entrance, and once again the day begins. More about Dr. Peaceman. Just another boring day in a long string of boring days. Who here knows what amnesia is? It's a terrifying condition where an individual loses all of their memories, caused by brain damage, severe trauma, or even infection of one's mucous membranes. The cure for such a scary condition was discovered by Dr. Peaceman. Oh dear. Miss Fujimura. Leo suddenly rises to his feet. The tension in the classroom ratchets up immediately as all eyes focus on Leo. The young boy surveys the room with a mysterious smile, taking on everyone's startled glances. Oh, and of course, my fellow classmates, it is time for me to leave. We'll probably never meet again, so I wish you all well. What the? My head, the pain. Oh, and before I forget, Miss Fujimura, I think you're still young even now. Just your presence is enough to remind me of the beauty of youth. You're a remarkable person. Before you take your aura farm leave, you gotta flirt with the teacher a little bit. Everyone knows this. Alright then, please, let's continue. Turn to page 86. Unaccompanied by the sound of flipping pages, the lesson goes on as if nothing had happened. By the time it is impossible, a highly suspicious disappears in the middle of the class and the teacher doesn't seem to care. No one in class says anything and the class continues as if nothing strange had happened. It was the same doctor we were seen as yesterday and the day before. This can't be natural. After Leo's exit from class, the lesson continues unabated as if following a set script. Strange. This is definitely strange. As if the world tilted slightly and everything within is losing its sense of presence. My head feels like it's gonna explode. This pain is making it hard to remember who I am. Wait, come to think of it. I mean, really... Who am I? What is my name? How old am I? Where do I live? How many people are in my family? What was my life like before I started attending this school? I can't remember anything. My memory's been completely erased somehow. How and why did this happen? That's right, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club. As the president of the journalism club, she should at least know my name. We'll ask her. Hopefully she'll be in her normal spawn. We just gotta ignore the CRT filter. My head, it hurts. What is this blurring us? Find out anything yesterday? All I can think about is the pile of dead bodies I witnessed. Now I have to ask about myself. I'll ask her what my name is. Your name? Just look it up in the registry in the library. Yeah, the school of registry. Just everyone's names. If I look at the school of registry, it might jog my memories. I'll go to the library. Bookshelf in the library. I found it. It's Kumihara Academy Student Registry. Once I read through this, I should be able to remember everything about myself. I open the book and begin turning pages. Immediately I notice something's terribly wrong. The pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. Every single page was blank. I reach for last year's school registry and when I start flipping through the pages... Blank, 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 blank. What is happening here? Who am I and just what is this place? I mean, if we just leave, we'll be fine, right? We're just gonna sleep it off. Sleeping it off always helps. There's something wrong with this place, but more worrying is the fact that I can't remember who I am. As I wander the campus, I see Leo walking in a hallway on the first floor. As a transfer student, I can see why Leo would want to visit any of the freshmen. Also, there's nothing but a dead end up ahead. I wonder what Leo is really up to. Where is he going? Where is he going? I suddenly have this weird feeling that someone or something is up ahead in the hallway. The attention to detail is quite impressive, even the surrounding air is surprisingly substantial. If that is the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. But that's just my opinions. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on this? He's talking to his chat, I think. Almost immediately my blood pressure skyrockets along with my body temperature. Tudung, tudung, tudung. My pulse is like an explosion in my ears as blood races through my veins and the reason is clear. Leo has turned to face me. I know for sure he's talking to me as there's no one else besides the two of us. Greetings, I believe this is the first time we've had an actual conversation. I don't feel any sense of hostility from Leo. His smile has the same effect on me as the rising of the morning sun, warm and comforting. All I can think of is doing as he says, as that's the only way to... My mind feels like it's in a haze. It's like Leo is controlling my thoughts in some way. Attending school wasn't half bad. I never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to an end. I did not come here to play with being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path, and for me the time to do so has arrived. With those final words, Leo turns back on me. Farewell. No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell would be accurate in this situation. For reasons I can explain, I have the distinct feeling that we will see each other again, so I guess we should use the more congenial. See you later. Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. With those final words, Leo disappears. It's like he ceased to exist when the moment his hand is on the wall next he's gone. The young man in front of me seems to disappear before my very eyes. I wouldn't say reality rejected his existence, but it feels like it was the opposite, that he refused to be constrained by it. It wasn't a special ability that allowed him to do so, just his strength of will. With his departure, I feel as if a great weight is lifted from my very being. And rather than a cause for concern, it brings a fundamental question to mind. Who am I? As the question pops into my head, it begins to take on life of its own, sharing my brain. I mean, we go in there. We go in the wall, we go in there. I investigate the wall that Leo disappeared through. It's just a concrete wall at the end of the hallway. About the only thing on the floor is dust, but I am positive there must be something here because Leo walked through the wall. It would be so easy to turn around, back down the hallway and pretend nothing happened, but there are still things I need to know. I have no memories. That means I've never had anywhere else to go but here, no place to return to. But was it that Leo said no matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path? That's what he said to the Then, beyond this wall lies the appointed path and the truth. If I follow him, I learn the answer to my questions. But ignorance is bliss. Do I have the fortitude to face the truth and accept it? I want to know. City time. Something's different. Down to the floors and the walls, the school has changed the very substance of its being. For some reason, reality cracking this way is intensely disturbing. The world around me is more real than a painting, but not even as real as a sand castle. I feel it is so pretty, like a tap it and the echo would shake this whole world. Where the boring concrete wall once stood, there's no doorway that I can freely walk through. It's an entrance. Not something of this world. I have no doubt that the world door leads to is utterly alien. Whatever awaits inside, whatever shape it takes, there's a certain sort of final day to sail on. Ultimately, I've already committed to this path. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step along the appointed path. Well then. Beyond the door seems to be a dismal-looking scrapyard. Out in front of me is the smooth-skinned effigy. While trying to figure out exactly what to do with them. Welcome, potential master. A voice comes out of nowhere. The effigy with you is your sword and shield for what lies ahead. It will move in response to your commands. Now then, please proceed. The truth is what you seek. The truth that you seek is up ahead. The motivations of the owner of that voice worry me, but it's obvious I won't learn anything by standing here. Also, there's no longer a path by which I can return. Yes, there is the Fate series has a series of RPGs, actually. We call it the Extraverse. This game, and it also has 3 sequels. Within the deepest depths of the world beyond the door, this place must be the goal I'm supposed to reach. At least that's what I thought. Stifling the aura of purity that seems to act as a ward against corrupted souls who try to enter. The feeling is familiar. It has the feeling of a chapel where the spirits of the deceased still linger. I think he is chilling. He's stone cold. Go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment. The fallen effigy lying next to me student comes to his feet with a clatter. Before I get a chance to make sense of what's going on, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Now we're gaming. This is still a part of the tutorial sequence, by the way. You guys will see when it ends. Oh, we're not doing very much damage. Extra turn. No, we're just getting washed. I didn't even get to play. What the heck? I didn't get to play the game. You seem to be lacking as well. I didn't stand a chance against that thing. Seems I wasn't qualified to be here. Me? Qualifications? That's right, I should know everything by now. The truth has to be here. But now... everything's going dark. I'm not even really scared. The only feeling that remains in me is regret. Even at the very end, I wasn't able to remember anything about myself. Someone. Anyone. If you make it beyond here, please don't forget my name. Fuck, that's good. Oh my, so good. Do I get copy strike for Dance Heroica? I think we can play Dance Heroica. Oh, that sounds so good. That's Dance Heroica by Ali Project. You guys should listen to him. His story has ended. But what about yours? Before you write your own story, choose the vessel of your power. Do you see what I mean? There we go, now the video game starts. This is the actual start of the game. That is the greatest intro sequence to any video game ever. I'm not fucking joking. That tutorial sequence, that opening sequence is just so fucking cool. Oh my god, this game's so good. Fuck. I love that they do a fake out there. Anyway, yeah, I said that I was doing a gesture playthrough, which means we're doing the magical fox girl. Gesture, maniac, a half-demon shaman clad in revealing robes. This servant is for players who want to be challenged by facing true adversity in battle. Yes, sir. In that moment, shall they sound? I always awaken very abruptly. I didn't even think I'd dream. I suddenly find myself walking to school. My headache worsens day by day until it finally buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day in potent numbness, I wake up twice as fast as normal. I walk to the schoolyard. It's clear as cloudless, 7:30 a.m., but what season is it? When I try to recall what season it is, I start to get so dizzy I almost pass out. I may wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some time, I have been embracing a rush of USS information. There are most of you'd see at a school like the hustle and bustle of classmates by the entrance. Hasn't changed. When I push the thought my field of vision and vision officials. Today, there's a crowd of students milling in front of the school gate and more being distracted or more being directed that way. As to what's going on, there is a boy in a black uniform in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's his dude, as I recall. I remember this from the first time. When he notices me looking at him, he pushes through the crowd. Good morning. I love the weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced last week's assembly that this month the student council will trickle enforce school rules. He runs through his spiel as if this was the first time he'd ever disclosed information. I already know this. I already know it happened. I already know what happens. It's happened more than once. I'm seized by headache. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly locked out of my consciousness. Let me check your student ID. I shouldn't need to remind you, but it should be on you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answer clearly the question that usually makes me go dizzy. Yatta. Okay, now that the game starts, I'm gonna go have an idle meeting real quick, so I'll be back in a moment, okay? Please wait for a second. ちょっと待ってください。お手洗いに行ってきます。はい、ただいま。Yeah, your master is always the same. The other two servants that you can get are Nero Claudius, the saber, who is the lady in the pin, like front and center in my YouTube thumbnail. If you check the thumbnail, she's that. And then the archer you can choose is Nameless, who is a Shiro Emil. That's not a spoiler, look at him. He's the one on the right in the thumbnail. Oh, last name, whoops. Whoops. Wait, can I do my full last name? I don't think there's enough characters. Why is this my last name? Why do I have such a bad last name? Oh no, what do I do? What is my last name now? Yeah, I can't do my actual last name. It's too many characters. Oh, do I do some like... Can I... Let's see. Willis LARP will be third one of the ladies, okay? We'll do Aozaki. What? Oh no, there it is. It fits in the characters. My nickname What do you guys call me? What's my nickname? Baby said Moi calls me the Yuppie. So that can be my nickname. Yes, this works. I don't know if I have a nickname, really. Also, why is there no game audio? Help! There's nothing around the merchant medical and it will be helpful if you have your ID. I feel nauseous and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because the world around me, it's repeating itself over and over, and that's what's making me sick. No, this is supposed to have audio. Where's my sound? Can you guys hear the game? It's just me who can't hear it. There we are. Now I can hear it also, so I'm assuming you guys can hear it too. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push him aside and I move forward. Yeah, my headphones were messed up. I think I just unplugged and replugged them and now I can hear also. I'm not nervous about it either. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebook, textbook, pencil box, not even a way for contraband. Your nails, even cut, and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He keeps on talking loudly even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school. I know it can't be. I have to hurry and wake up or else it'll be too late. But who am I awakening for? My exciting headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon nervous, so I'm desperate to try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. As I know the word norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, fertility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature behind all of these feelings. There must be a key somewhere, something that will have the answers to all my questions. Where is there? There's like a ghost town around here. You know what? I'm thinking we run. I'm thinking we run straight to the death corner. The red girl shield one with the purple hair. The purple white hair guy's archer. He's not really purple. Does he look purple in the thumbnail? But his color palette's also red. He's wearing like his undercoat, I guess maybe like a bluish black. No, not the shield one. Faith granddaughter is unique with having shielder mesh Kureya light. Shielders don't really, they're not standard at all. Oh no, we see the white boy running. But the blonde lady's the saber. Just as we've seen Leon. One of my classmates. He's a weird guy, you know. Becoming clearer now, there are people who shouldn't exist, students that mysteriously vanished, the fabric of reality is coming unraveled. Don't turn away now, what is the truth? Don't turn away now, what defines the world you know? Don't turn away now, there is a reason why you're here. Come, do not allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. Oh, this game's so cool, I love this sequence. We're still like technically kind of in the tutorial part. Yep, these two are chatting. Oh, so that's why he addressed multiple people, because we were here too. But we didn't know it when we were playing as the white boy, oh my goodness. How does he know? How does he know? He returns back to me. Farewell. And the reason why he said we will see each other again is because he said it to me, not to him. Oh my goodness. I gotta say, it does feel nice playing this now when I don't remember literally every line of dialogue. The student who is following him also disappears at the same spot on the wall. We will go there. We go in. Get me inside the wall. Get me in there. See the time. Yep, same dialogue. Do we also have to deal with the weird doll, or do I get my thumb already? Beyond the story, the previous day in the progress of before me. Doing? So I have no choice but to hide in the darkness with only a strange doll's protection. This is so cool. You better get used to this because the most of the dungeons, and by that I mean every dungeon, in the game has an aesthetic like this. Not on the black backgrounds, but still. Something about this game is like so suitable for PSP graphics. This is such like a perfect 2010 look to a video game. Wouldn't surprise me to see a monster above from the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Wow, I wonder why. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, the voice began speaking, sounded coming from the empty sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please step forward. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Inside of it is a variable present of shorts to those who come about facing the trial. Touch to open it. Either short. Before you is an enemy program. It is programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate a battle, but you want to fight as you are too fragile. The effigy given to you will fight in your steady for edge. If it changes during battle, you will no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you will die, so be careful in battle. Hi. Do you guys need rock, paper, scissors explained to you? I can explain this to you. So break is very slow, so it's unblockable, but attack counter hits it. So it's RBS. We rock and we paper and then we scissor occasionally. You guys will see as I play, you don't need to read this. Hi, wakarimashita. So for example, because he does break, we do attack. And then if you are correct all the time... Oh yeah, by the way, you get an extra turn if you land 3 hits in a row, then you get to do an extra attack, basically. Watch your Dragon Guard reference. And each turn have the plan of series of 6 moves. Hi. Wait, can you control the camera in the snow? I thought so. Oh wait, was the control with the shoulder buttons? The camera might have been shoulder button controls. Yeah, and it's still good to block. Because if you block successfully, then you still get to deal damage, even if not as much. You die if your effigy breaks. Basically, if you die in battle, you die. Because you just exist to aura farm in the back. Whoops. Thankfully, you can undo. guys, you just exist to our farm. So all it basically means that dying is dying. People die when they're killed. The only thing besides farming aura that your character does is they give, give a command to your servant, and then you use items, but effectively you fight as your servant. By the way, the effigy is not gonna hang around for long, don't worry about him. Multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. 3 strikes in a row, you will perform an extra attack. Hi. Yeah, it was shoulder buttons. But this is actually convenient because I don't need to keep up a second set of directions. And then I'm assuming this guy's just perma blocking. The one that killed the first guy? Well, it could be that the potential master died, but it still didn't, right? But also the whole effigies and whole these sections of plot contrivance. It's a plot contrivance. By the way, hello Rogers, I'm sorry if I forgot to say hi to you earlier. I'm gonna log in. Yes sir, we go in. The effigy is a plot contrivance. It's not gonna hang around for long. Please don't worry about it. Yeah, so the more you fight the same enemy, more of their attacks will show on screen. Please try your best. And almost always, especially in the beginning, they have a pattern. So for example, because this guy does break, guard, I'm gonna assume it's gonna do break, guard again. That's usually a pretty fair guess. And usually if there's a 1, 2, 3 pattern, unless you're at the very end of the game, it will return. Then near the end, they will just do bullshit. You know. At the end of a very long road, after going through a wall, suddenly appeared in the wall. You persevere with this place, but spiritual so that still linger. Also, wait, I think much more likely than that this effigy is not from the guy. He could just like be here or farming and, checking you. I wonder who set this little dungeon situation up. I wonder what's happening. The fallen eventually next to come to its feet with a ladder after having to fight several enemy programs to get here. It's obvious that this thing is an enemy as well. Without warning, it twitched around and comes right at me. So I have news to you guys about this fight. I took damage from the clash, it's so over. Oh no, I'm guessing wrong. This is what it feels like to play Street Fighter 6. Break. That's what it feels like to play Street Fighter 6. So yeah, if you can't tell, this fight is scripted. You can't actually win this fight. You seem to be looking as well. I can hear the sound of a distant voice. So, guys, the effigies aren't really... The effigies are basically given to you by the spoilers. Then you get them to test if you're strong. There's not really like a pact between this, like there is between a master and a servant, but even then, because like a servant outside of extra is summoned using magical energy, so if the master dies, then the servant eventually fades because there's no source of magical energy, right? But in the Fate universe, or in the Fate extra universe, because all of the servants are summoned by the beep, by the redacted, I'm pretty sure they can exist without a master, if I'm not misremembering, unless there's like some system there that also links the two. Number of prone colored lumps seem to rise from the ground. The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All of the others made it here and died, unable to do anything in a very short while. I suppose I've become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it would be better for it to just end now. I refuse to give up. I summon all of my strength in an attempt to get back to my feet. However, as I try to move, an unbearably intense pain shoots through my entire body. If that's how it's going to be, no, if this is... I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached a point where I no longer see the stars and my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid of the pain, I'm afraid of losing my senses, I'm afraid of becoming a corpse, and the most terrifying thing, disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here, my consciousness shot through with waves of distortion scream out against the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of suffering through all of those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared, it's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Because I have yet to fight on my own volition and on my own terms. Though I've never played this with Caster, all of these voice lines I probably wouldn't remember anyway, even if I had, but these are also completely new to me. I made the game louder because I wanted to farm Ranseroika gems, but like... it might be a bit too loud, I'm gonna tune it down a little bit. The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I managed to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. What form? I like her platforms. Its appearance isn't that much different from that of a human being, but something was different, clearly so. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human or of any enemy I've faced in getting here, an awesome power that seems to vaporize anyone it touches, swirls within my body almost against my will. Yes. Yes, because I'm not like 100% sure actually, because I don't remember how the moon the extrovert stuff works. I don't know if because the thing summons the servants. I actually don't know if like once we get this, what do they call? How do they translate it on this? What translation do they use here? contract, yeah. I don't know if they separate from the redacted and are maintained by the master's power once the contract gets established. I don't know how extra works. She is harder because her physical damage and defense are very weak. So she is a spellcaster that like Omega scales into late game, but in the early game she gets her ass turbo beat. So you need to grind a lot with her and she's very punishing, but near the end of the game you can just turbo stunlock everyone. But only at the very end. Whereas like I think Saber is the easiest. Saber you just press buttons. On the back of my hand as though the tool is a strange symbol that looks some kind of a crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand at the person staring before me and then... Noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around I see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. Would you please leave this to me? I will obliterate that worthless wooden toy and erase any trace of its existence from this world. Hello, Jade Wolf-san, welcome. Saber and her burger? I'm sorry, it's a different Saber. I'm sorry, the Saber's different. This Saber isn't at all. Whereas the burger Saber, the Stay Night Saber is Sartoria. I'm gonna turn the lights on. My tracking might be a little unfortunate. Yatta! Serve an HP, serve an MP, skill points 3. The better the effigy stops moving, there's no way it will still function after being effectively torn apart. Thanks to you, my dear master, I was able to win while using only 5% of my power. She continues to talk, however, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain became unbearable and burns through my consciousness. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It is a proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. It's also still a thing in Fate Extra that you can't use all 3, right? You can potentially use 2 of them. This is still a Grail War. Congratulations, you have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You've achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I've had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking games are a result of nerves and rashness. The voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man, and it's irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest dressed in a somber cassock. I'm honored, but I'm being insignificant. I'm merely part of the system. Just a guide tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. I'm no more than words, no more than the mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. God, I've been speaking too much clearly. I turned around and my head felt faint. I wasn't meant to read this much out loud. It won't receive my answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You have received a commendation, something about you having a light. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me, but that short phrase struck my heart because I knew the words were sincere. Let us commence your baptism. for it to exist. You've taken the first step, but be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what it's talking about. The Holy Grail War, the right to exist? That is correct. An object of a great power once existed in the world, one that could grant any desire. People called it the Holy Grail and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, this system you find yourself in now, is an evolution of those struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many magi will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. By not bestowed upon the earth desire would be merely saints capable of committing sin. No fight to the death, the fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. The voice reverberates through this hidden chapel as it were a voice of a god. Kill, magi, Holy Grail that grants wishes. These questions and more swirl inside my head almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In a war, weapons needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A legendary soul whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is who stands behind you. I look over at the young woman with the foxtail, who returns my look with a glowing smile. She is my servant. It seems you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. The marks on my hand once again begin to become excruciatingly painful. It's over, I can't take it anymore. Now let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter the era, deciding who is worth the true battle is the divine providence of man. Magi have been invited here by the moon. Show me your true strength. Okay, it's not a spoiler. Maybe the specifics of the moon cell are still a spoiler. But I can talk about the moon then, okay. So, because...
魔術師による生存競争。運命の車輪は回る。最も弱き者よ、剣を鍛えよ。その命が育んだ己の価値を示すために。
The first selection. Combatants remaining 120. So typical Holy Grail War knowers might be like, that's quite many masters. And that's just because, yeah, the way this stuff works is a little different. The sky burns, houses collapse into ruin, people fall to the ground, roads come to an end. The conflict started here, but this the world that was will be restored. It's here that I alone have survived. To remember, never forget, oblivion is salvation in sin. Never forget, I was born from perdition. This must be a nightmare. This had to be somewhere. It could be anywhere. These events that occurred in the true memories of childhood. A torrent of blood flows and a voice resonating with bitter resentment can be heard. Lives fade away without a thought. Friends, family, strangers, all gone. Soldiers with guns, families trying to hold together a grotesque struggle to the last until a gentle peace descends as death comes to claim them. I could not accept all I have seen. The question of why never left me. Even with the divide between conflict and catastrophe, why did such a tragedy occur? No, more importantly, why has this world been turned into a hell on earth? A gentle rain begins to fall. All things once living fade away, leaving only one behind. Amidst their helplessness and despair, their souls' last feelings are of rage and regret. The rain wets their cheeks as their eyes close one last time, dying forgotten and alone. Seeing this, I struggle to rise from the depths of death. I will not accept what I've been shown. If I can live again, I will definitely. But there are no second chances, and before long, the rain has clenched the scorched earth. With that, I wake up in the nurse's office and I still collapse and much brought here. So was that the world, the effigy that blocked my way and that servant all a dream as well? No, this nurse's office is far different than the one I knew. It's similar, but off somehow. No voice acting? Good morning, my dear master. I'm glad to see you finally decided to wake up. The overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone suddenly appears beside my bed. I thought I was dreaming, but the errors in jail are real. There's no way to mistake her for a human. But after seeing her incredible powers in the fight against the effigy, I don't care what she is. If you died, I was going to curse everyone in sight. Anyway, welcome to the Holy Grail War. But you do know all about the Holy Grail War, right? You know what, we'll say I don't. So you guys can get this. I'll be back. Nani? Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Thank you. What is it exactly? Please explain to me, madam. Guess I'm not familiar. Holy relic set to perform miracles that became well known through the Arthurian cycle. The battle where Magi fight for the Holy Grail is called the Holy Grail War. You might have forgotten this too, but you're one of those Magi who come to fight for the Holy Grail. It's called the Holy Grail. There's no way it could be the real thing, but don't worry about it. The fact that it can grant wishes makes it a Holy Grail of some sort. Servants and Magi fight together and losers give up their command seal. My side around to my left hand were been marked with 3 strange symbols. Masters continue to duel until one of them is left to claim the Holy Grail, I think. But don't worry, my dear master, it is still my dear master is still look to make it all the way. It'll be a walk in the park. I doubt it's that simple. No, I don't know what a servant is. No, all of them had different personalities. So they will tell you different things. But obviously they will still explain to you the shit and you still fight the same enemies and stuff. She's hitting like the clock 5000. Legendary souls drawn from history to help Magi fight in the Holy Grail War. Those whose actions continue to have an effect become legendary souls. This is a different translation, I guess. We usually call them heroic spirits. Nowadays in English, servants are manifestations of those legends, but whether actually legendary souls, whether actual... That is the same thing, like that's what it's referring to. Where someone in past Holy Grail Wars is subject to debate, but this time the Holy Grail is in a better job of reproducing heroic spirits than any human. Also, according to the rules of the Holy Grail War, servants are divided into 7 classes. So I was talking about this with you guys a bit earlier. I was talking about this with you guys earlier. There's a lot more than 7, but there's like the core 7 classes: Saber, Lancer, Archer, Rider, Caster, Assassin, and of course Berserker. I'm thoroughly enscored and ensconced? I don't know that word either. Caster class. I'm officially good at long-range magic attacks. My fighting style might be a teensy bit difficult to get a handle on. I apologize for that. Unusual outgoing, but there are no... Assassin, let's go. Assassins have aura. But you don't get to play an assassin in this game. I wonder who Kester was in early life. My true name, I'm far too insignificant for you to bother with my true name, Master. Please just call me Kester. That way my identity won't be revealed to our enemies, so we can use it against us. So this again is not really, you don't really, like, this doesn't really come into play in like Fate Go and stuff. But servants tend to not want to reveal their true name, because if like, well, the classic experience, like the, you know, the example is Achilles, right? Famous Achilles heel. So if you're like... If your heroic spirit is Achilles, and your opponents know that, then they can make advantage, they can make use of that, because then they know exactly what his powers are and what his weaknesses. So in like Holy Grail Wars, it can be pretty advantageous to keep the true name a secret. How their identity would be guessed by just their appearance is beyond me. Well, we don't gotta think about that. Hello, Sakura. Kureya, you're finally awake. I'm so relieved. You don't seem to have any injuries, so feel free to leave when you feel like it. Also, all of your memories have been restored by the Seraph, so do not worry. Any Magi that seek the Holy Grail have the memories suppressed and are given those of a student. Only master adventure from themselves are in the tournament. They're complete. Everyone around me was forced to believe they were normal students. However, I can't remember a single thing that happened to me before then. Oh, Sakura Mato, I'm just a custodial AI. Portable terminal, yippee. You should pay attention to the messages you get on your terminal. I probably should do that. Well, I did meet Kotomina when he was farming Aura in the schoolyard. But I was still playing as the guy at the time. Kureya number 2. Do I look like Sakura? I guess so. Maybe a little bit. But my favorite from the Fate Stay Night heroines is Tosaka. At least personality-wise, although maybe personality-wise I'm kind of like a mix between Tosaka and Sakura maybe. At least I like to think that I'm not that cold. Can I go to the church? I wanna go to the church. I wanna meet the ladies. Service is being held now, but as I try to move closer, my body refuses to cooperate. Okay. I wanna meet the girlies. It's so over, I can't go to church. All I want to do is worship the Lord, and they deny such a thing from me. Wait, wasn't Kotomine supposed to be here? What is he cooking? Where are you? My compliments to the Seraph. Sometimes it's just to come true. I'm grateful to be here. Yeah, man. I'm really not doing any favors to myself with the bit that like every girl with purple hair and big boobs is Kureya. This is awful news for my branding. This is the Yogushitsu, this is the storage or the supply room, yeah. I guess we can see if we can phase through the wall. Sealed tight. Bish, how do I meet Rasputin from Fate Grand Order? Girl, where is he? Please oshite kudasai. No. Maybe he's upstairs then. That's excellent. We haven't seen Skimihara until we've seen our rooftop. Yeah, but that's fine. I just need to... Infamous ghost in the machine. Surprising that thing exists. More surprising than those of us participating in this Holy Grail war. It's sobering. So is Cindy real? No, as was explained, we'll of course see who's here. But everyone who was the machine voice explained it, I think. Or did Caster explain it? I don't remember. But one of them explained it that basically all of these are masters. They're presumably real people who got their memories erased. And they got replaced by the student memories, and then the ones who sort of got through are the ones who managed to realize that fact. Tosako, my beloved. I investigated the school from top to bottom, but there's nothing unique about him. The girl pats the walls and flows, murmuring something to herself. We've never met, but she can't be anyone but Rin Tosaka. She has a nice face and a figure, gets good grades, and is popular at Tsukimiya Academy. From what I heard, she even makes Shinji jealous. No, she doesn't have a nice figure. I guess extra Tosaka could have a nice figure. But I'm pretty sure Shiro specifically notes... Or is it no, it's Archer. I think Archer specifically notes in Fate's Stay on him that Tosaka does not have feminine charms. She became popular by the school was a beast. Things are different now. Her eyes soften as she looks at me. I haven't checked the NPCs out much yet. I know a simple way, don't you move? This again. Unexpectedly, her fingers reach out and touch my cheek, such thin, delicate fingers. I realized how remarkable it is that so strong a gaze can come from so innocent a frame. Imagine that. You're warm, though you shouldn't be. That's weird, seeing a real cheek flush like that. Her face is just 3 centimeters away from the tip of my nose. My heart races at the closeness. Her breath exhales warmly against my cheek and her heel tickles my bare neck. Her pat down of my shoulders and stomach seem playful compared to the harsh gaze from earlier. Transfixed, I'm unable to move as her pale fingers slide over me. Interesting. You're more well-built than I had expected. You look and feel real, maybe more real than most people. Hey, what are you laughing at? It's your advantage to look into everything, even the NPCs. She looks behind her, scowling. Although invisible, her servant must be there. She's a master too? No, a master should be more... Oh wait, that means that when I felt up. She must be thinking about it now because she's blushing, as am I. Oh, how embarrassing. Shut up, I can make mistakes too, you know, don't call me a pervert. I'm pretty sure she was addressing off-color comments coming from her servant there. It could have been my imagination, or hacker such a detailed NPC would rarely exist otherwise. Anyway, you're to blame for being confusing. You're too bland to be anything but an NPC. Nothing but a blank look on your face even now. Are the prelims too boring to choke your memories? She touched on a subject that I would rather not think about even in jest. It kind of grinds me to a halt. Your memories still haven't returned? That's really not good. Once you enter the Holy Grail war, the only way out is to win. Leaving prematurely isn't allowed. Even without memories or previous battle experience, you still have to fight. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You'll be defeated in the Holy Grail war soon enough. As the concern disappears from her face, I glimpse the real Tosaka, my opponent in the Holy Grail war. It isn't personal. She considers everyone in the war her enemy. This woman doesn't understand that she's nothing compared to you. Are you letting her say that? Unlike my servant, I have no response to my future rival. I have to win. Now that I know what's at stake, I have to win. Well, I guess I pity you. We're not cracking into the system and destroying it, we're hacking. I don't know what's on the other side of the Seraph's wall once it comes down. Well, in any case, you don't look like cutouts for fighting. Hard to win, feeling so disconcerted. So I've lost my memories. Who am I? What's my story? What am I even doing in this Holy Grail War in the first place? All I know is that I'm a master with a servant at my command. Disinfect an NPC. This is true. Once your opponent has been decided, it's like the tournament has officially begun. Better go find Father Kotomi and okay, we'll talk to him. You think he's like ore farming in the schoolyard? Putzing around the school. Okay. Hold on. That is unusual. Perhaps so does Father Kotomi about him. Do you think she reminds you of anyone? Do you think her design reminds you of anyone? Do you want to know what character this is related to? You think you guys have a guess? You guys have a guess? Who does she look like? What about Fujimura-sensei? Yeah, what you need? Kendo sword has up and disappeared. I stashed it in the supply room, but it managed to find its way into the arena, and since I can't go in there, I need to get my Kendo sword. No problem, we'll get there. You may call me Father Kotomi. I'm an NPC assistant in the task of supervising the Holy Grail Wars of the Junior Filament. I've been given the honor of fighting in the arena. Elimination tournament. Yes. A 6-day preparation before elimination, which will occur on the 7th day. I will advise you to use the time efficiently. On the 7th day, you and your fall will light. The winner lives and the loser is deleted. Yes, sire. By the system, yes sir, thank you. Preparation period. Okay, what about, can you give me anything? Yes, thank you. So yeah, I thought Ani 7th looks similar to Xion of Fate Grand, of Xion of, not Fate Grand Order. She is in Fate Grand Order too. Xion from Under Night in Birth. That would be because it is related to her in some way. No spoilers, but they are related. I will locate your opponent tomorrow. We'll become a private room, thank you. Classroom 2B. 2B? I love 2B. Yes, sir. A 128th final qualifier. Well, we of the student council welcome you, Kureya Aozaki. I gave my I put that as my last name because it didn't have enough characters to do Nightfall. I couldn't be Kureya Nightfall. I would have to be like Kureya Night. FA. Thank you, sire. I can buy curry bread, I'm good. Okay, Shiel, what are we doing? Are you a CL from Tsukihime? What the frick? Those of you who have not played Tsukihime, CL really likes curry bread. That's like her bad. CL's speed is that she really likes curry bread. You're committed. The day's over. Shopping and rumor mongering. Understand, thank you. Do I want to do shopping? I don't think I need to do shopping right now. We just go in. So we gotta make it through the second floor. First, Sky Miracle Lunar Sea, first floor, greed and lust combined to burst into brilliance and lean down over to the sepulchre of the sea. So this is the arena. Look how stark and uninviting this place is. There's a not counted number of enemies proving out, but I can take them out for you, mister. That enemy for today? Yeah, so when we play on easy, we get these things which are fountains. Heal both the master and their servants. If I was playing on normal, that would only exist here on the first dungeon. No. But I chose easy because I wanted to make grinding a little easier, you know? But we're not gonna like overuse them. Don't worry. Press square to use healing items. You can also use items similar to deep in battle as well. If you could shower me with healing on a regular basis, that'd be great. My defense is sketchy at best. We know. Oh, I don't know what your pattern is. I think I'm just gonna spam a guard the first round, see what it does. Ouch. Is it... Oh, okay, I think it's XX... Okay, yeah. Wow, I guess you're really wrong, huh? Okay, but his pattern is XXY. So in which case it's break, and then attack or guard, in which case guard is safer, and then it's... Wait, it's just break then. Oh, it is. I was like, wait, was I wrong? Was my initial read wrong? No, they can just be the same. X and Y can be the same. So we once again know. And this could be anything, but I'm gonna mash attack again. Nice. Okay, so you can see how this is just a rock, paper, scissors, but you need to read patterns, essentially. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, on easy mode, you can just go back here to region. Which is like, we're not gonna perma do this. Which, to be fair, I didn't know that it put them like this. If I knew it was this easy, I maybe wouldn't have actually selected easy, to be honest. I actually did not realize they were infinity uses. Yeah, enemies jump scare you sometimes. We don't know what its third attack's gonna be. We just hope it's not guard, it's guard. I guess it would have been good. Oh, guard. Oh, they don't have to be the same. That's... What? Oh, wait, what? Okay, now I don't understand what your pattern is at all. Maybe guard attack or guard attack? It's just 3 breaks again. Oh no. Okay, if we see 2 breaks, we will just perma attack then. Okay, fine. I better be correct on this. Boom. Boom. Okay. I guess I'm gonna assume the line favors break in that case. These are items. Those red ones are I think they're teleport points. Good one. So we wanna basically fight everything. How do you heal? Yeah, you heal with items. So okay, I see a break, so I'm assuming it's 6 breaks again. Oh! Equal bloodshed? Okay, so it did break attack then. Oh. Are we perhaps looking at break attack again? One HP. And every single time they're reading enemy info, things appears on screen. The next time around, that means that the next time you will see 1 extra. So now we should see 3 points of contact every time, or 3 points of their actions functionally. Oh, they just looks around. Wakatta. Yeah. What do you mean no rewind save states available? Is my select bound to the same key as a save state? That's probably a problem. I'm gonna rewind, or I'm gonna remap those keys. Bad idea to fight this one, you think so? What if I want to? Man, frick you. But I guess we'll run around trying to kill as many enemies as possible. Because again... yeah, these guys really like the break, don't they? Yeah, I think it's almost always been either break or break attack. And then that repeated for the next time. Yattaimasu. And now that we have 3, actually I gotta say this blind enemy becomes very easy now that we have 3 info points. God, maybe I shouldn't have selected easy. This seems a little too easy. I guess it's the start of the first dungeon. No, but I'd probably be dead already without the heal. Especially because I'm pretty sure your info isn't affected. How do you farm? That's a good question. Because I never really grinded, but I'm pretty sure enemies be respawning. As these guys back. But I'm sure there's limits or so. Oh, is it break attack again? By the way, back when I played this for the first time, I had like a full notepad file on my phone where I would just type like enemy type is climb and their pattern can be B or BBA. I wonder if that file is still saved on my old phone. Good to leave the area, come back. Yeah, but you can't leave, right? Because your day ends if you leave the area. Otsukaresama. Yeah, but I've already looked at this. Why is it still on my map? But yeah, none of the normal enemies are particularly difficult. I remember this being the case when I played in general, when I played originally too. But the bosses can be pretty brutal. They have fucked up patterns. Or maybe it is just a periodical respawn, I don't know. Maybe I'll grind here until... Which, by the way, your info on the characters and the enemies is only... It's only prescient per one dungeon. So even though you will have climb type enemies in the next deck, you will have these weird cubes. And their pattern usually still consists of 2 of the same and then 1. You will start from the beginning. But yeah, all of these guys seem to default BBA, BBA. But I suppose I can show you guys the... I suppose I can show you guys the spells. Gotta say though, it is a little bit rough to farm the same 2 enemies. I think there's only 3 spawns here, isn't there? Thank you for respawning. Which the worst part of this game is because you're forced to control the camera like this with the shoulder buttons. Sometimes you're like facing like head on, right? And then you turn to right, and before you can turn the camera, you get jump scared like that. That part's horrible. No way, you do BBA again. I've never thought about that. Soda. Yes, no we can. No, it's either break or break attack. I think I've only gotten the all break pattern once, so I'm assuming it's break attack, but I'm still catching my bets. You see how that was smart of me? Because I've noticed that his third attack can either be break or attack. If I do guard, I lose to break, but I beat the attack. Whereas if I do break, then I lose to attack and trade with break, so it's worthless. But if I do attack there, I either trade with the attack or I beat the break. So they're just better to do attack if you don't know. See, because you gotta be smart like that. Because it's like slightly weighted rock, paper, scissors. See, that's right there, even though he was much less likely to do break. If I had done guard as assuming the attack, I would have died. Not like actually died, but basically died. Spiritually died. Guard? I didn't know they could do that. That makes things difficult. I had no idea they could guard. This is the first one of these guys I've fought who's done guard on the 3rd. And the 6th. But what I do know for sure is the fact that the 1, 2, 3 will be on 4, 5, 6. So 1 is always the same as 4. And so on. So it does still seem that break is the most likely 3rd option. But Yeah, I think this is enough grinding. I don't gonna fight these guys. I will do one more so I can show you guys the skill menu. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna grind a little bit more before the end of the week. 朝ごはん前です。Okay, so for example, say hypothetically, I didn't know what this does. Which is wash? Yes, no, oh, we have nothing. We haven't leveled up to earn that yet, but skills are servant skills that sort of exist outside of the rock, paper, scissors paradigm. Podcasts have to do with your mystic code, which we'll learn about soon, and then item is item. The only thing I have so far is the healing item. Can start with no spells. See, that's why her early game is so weak. That's why we say she has a weak early game. She'll learn them, don't worry about it. Osomatsu-sama deshita. Yeah, I don't think I can get the Taiga item yet. I think it's deeper in there. So we're gonna call that an afternoon. Yes, madam. Level up, yay, yay, yay. Master, I noticed earlier I can't reach my full potential. I'm not at full output. It's not your fault, but the more you get used to fighting, the more I'll kick butt. Let's explore the arena again tomorrow. I'm invincible when my master's done, so don't worry, anything in our way will get cut down. So yeah, you need to hit the triggers on both. There's 3 different enemies from the looks of things. Is there equipment? Your equipment is the mystic code. The mystic code section are things you can equip. They're clothes, essentially. You can equip a mystic code, and then the mystic code equip gives you a thing. Gives you an extra spell to use, essentially. As I leave the classroom, I hear an electronic noise simply coming from the portable terminal. 2nd floor bulletin board. Yeah, do we get to get it? Do we get to know? Because I think at least Father Kotomine said that we would get it tomorrow. Whoa. Those doors were barred off. That was cool. Caster to nicest out of the selectable cast? Yes, definitely. Well, Saber isn't mean. Not like super mean, but she's very sassy. And then Archer is cold. So yeah. The other name is Master Shinjimoto. So you're my first opponent. I'm surprised you even managed to qualify. So these are always the same. The only time where the master you face changes is on weeks 4 and 6, I believe, or 5 and 6. I think it's 4 and 6, where those determined based on which one of the 2 routes you go down. So there's 2 options. like, you know, weak one is always Shinji. You might even be the most powerful Magus here. I heard the word Magus for the first time when I was reading Fate Stay Night back in like 2021, and I always pronounce it with the cadence of Amogus in my head. I should congratulate you. Thank you, sire. Look at all these handicaps and whatnot. Keep in mind that this tournament's all about true strength, so don't get too overconfident. Thanks for looking out for me. What a cruel mistress fate can be. Even me, the strongest master, is pained by this. Shinji puts on a plastic man and bats me on the shoulder. Let's keep things clear, okay? It should be a good fight. After all, you're a master too. When we see each other again, we'll be as enemies. Don't let our former friendship hold you back. Oh yeah, I think Shinji, if I remember correctly, Shinji in this game doesn't actually believe that if you lose, you die. Like, even though, like, they told you that, I think he doesn't believe that. If I'm not misremembering. Kill a friend, a fellow human being, but I don't have any clue as to why. This whole situation has fast become a nightmare. If Shinji is making light of the situation, why do I feel like I'm trapped in hell? The primary cipher key has been generated. Primary cipher key? What is that supposed to be? Good idea to ask the priest about that. Yes, sire, welcome. We'll talk to him. Yes, I'm going up against Mato. He's such a famous hacker. Yeah, he's like a gamer boy in this. Something else to me to say to her? No? Okay. Fail the challenge or fail to get both triggers, you can't enter the battlefield. What happens if you're locked out by trouble? Do you lose by default? I believe so, yeah. Doesn't she kinda look like Fate's school life girl? Maybe just the silver hair that's making me think so. But she reminds me of, what's her name? Himuro? Yeah, that's cool. All along the moon. Okay, now the moon sim is not a spoiler. I avoided saying the term moon cell before because I didn't know it was a spoiler, but no, okay. We still don't know what it is, but you know. Need to talk with casters, make a point to come back here to do it. Speak with caster, please. Should we play a little longer? Maybe we'll do day 2. We'll end the stream on day 3. The prologue sequence is very long, otherwise I feel like we might be able to do 1 week per stream. A few things to say to you before you enter the arena. Earlier, the computer registered that your primary trigger has been generated. 2 triggers must be retrieved by the end of each week if you win to participate in the tournament. Wakaru. Key to collusion, way to call weak masters required to obtain them during the close preparation period. Game over. Yes, sire. And then they're both on separate floors, 4-1 and 4-2. Hi. Primary and secondary. Yeah, prohibited in the arena. Fight occurs, the system will shut it down within 3 turns. The status of any master code in fighting will be downgraded. And you know, the rules seem to actually work pretty smoothly, dare I say. Sucks to be you, I'm going in right now, but they will look threatening like you won't be able to find it, but good luck anyway. Oh, ho, ho. The dirty calculating. How dare he insult my beloved master so? Master, hurry up and go after him. I'll pound that little guppy in the chum. We're not allowed to do that though. Should we buy some shit? Cause can't we buy from Sakura? Have you obtained formal wares of yet? Some kinds give her the ability to use codecast. It's a kind of thaumaturgy. Different codecast will be sure to. Yeah. Really, you call them? Yeah. Hi. We call them mystic codes. I guess they're localized as a formal wear in this game. Mystic, which actually makes a lot more sense if you think about it. But the proper, like the current like generally agreed upon translation. What is it in Japanese actually? I don't know. I think that they just say like mystic code or some shit, no? I don't know. So many of the fate terms in Japanese, they have like a kanji, but then the furigara for them is just the English word in katakana. I'm pretty sure that's the case for Rumour also. My servant's so damn hot. My delectable little servant, I'm going to do my best. It's a good thing you can fuck your servants. You guys know that. Free stuff from Sakura at the nurse's office. Okay, we'll go in there. Actually kind of half Jong. Because bodily fluids are the most effective way to transfer magical energy between a master and a servant. This is a plot point they put in the original Fate Grand Order or the original Fate Stay Night to put in like a reason to make it an eroge. And now it's just a plot point. Yeah, but they wanted like a good plot reason to put in H scenes in the original VN. So if your servant needs a magical mana transfer, the fastest or the most effective way to give them magical energy is to have sex with them. They don't really mention this that often in like Fate Go and Modern Fate, but that is still the case. Yeah, we'll come back next week, but why is it that the beds in the nurse's office kind of make me think dirty thoughts? Holy foreshadowing. Holy foreshadowing. Can I go to the church? I wanna meet my sisters. No? Okay. Actually, where do I get? Because I know you can get a Mystic Code week 1. The sound of the Harvey family is competing. Yes, sire. Yes, sire. I would imagine he'll make it pretty far. That's not like me doing a bit he does. Only you and your opponent can be inside at a time. Information matrix can be stressed enough that obtaining information is the key to victory, and information on cover will be automatically entered. Check your matrix. Yeah, like for example, we don't know what Shinji's Shinji's servant does yet. Keyword Maleficium, Strength E, Defense E, Agility E, Magic E, Luck E. So magic is primarily what we invest into. Every creation. This skill allows one to create a very reality tailored specifically to their skills as a magus. Unfortunately for Talmanamai, her personality is still suited for the task of manipulating reality and she has great difficulty creating a small scale crafting studio for creating minor amulets and other types of automata talismans. Right, so did she actually tell us she was... I guess the true name is still hidden. That's fine. Did I need to do something else? No, I think I can go in. You guys know who that is? Cheap colon desperation must be that smarmy little punk, but this might be a good opportunity to get some info on them. Let's track them down before they leave. Any info you might have gotten will be lost for good. You're gonna enter once a day. Yeah. You guys know, so Shinji's servant is Ryder. I'm doing a quiz. Do you guys know what her true name is? Whoa. What are you doing? This makes me uncomfortable. Is it maybe break, then guard, break? I think it would have to be. No, I was wrong. What is this pattern? What are you doing? And can I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? This I'm assuming is break. Her true name is Katarina from League of Legends, exactly. No, she has a pink hair. I guess I'm not gonna tell you guys. If you guys aren't saying, I'm not spoiling. You guys will find it out when it comes. But she's very famous. She also appears in Fate Granddaughter. She appears in a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go and kill all of these guys for Aura. I'm assuming we're dealing with break, attack again. You know, as we often are. Boom. Guard, break. That, oh, wait, you got, oh. So it doesn't have to be XXY, it can also be XYY. So is this the guard, break, guard, break? Break. No, break, guard, attack. I'm terrified, I don't understand what pattern he's doing. It was too early day 1. No, I'm just confused. You'll run into your opponents in the arena a lot. You never know how these meetings will turn out, but this might be a great chance to see what they're up to. What you saying? Kureya, you're late. While you were crawling around like the slug you are, I blamed the trigger. What is with that look? Your skills are pathetic to mine. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let me introduce my servant. I'm going to win as long as it matters to me. If you can't even get your safer keys, you might as well accept your game over right here and then. So actually, I understand why you said Katarina. Yeah, it's the scar in the face. She has an aura. Why? Sure, we can call him that. We can call him that. You think they're gonna put that in the English version of the remake again?
ちゃんとは珍しく意気投合しているんで、平和的解決もありかと。
I knew Shinji threw it at the start. I forgot she also said a
こいつとはただのライバル。いいから
moron.
食べつけてやってよ。
Did you know that, like, maybe he didn't get the explanation that you're not allowed to fight prior to the battle? The best servant in this game, Shikanda is the goat. I think my favorite is Nursa. Wait, sorry, my favorite servant comes later. The message from Zeraf: conversations between masters in the arena are prohibited. Holy shit. Wait, but 3 turns? No, I'm gonna get named out here. I actually don't know if I need to heal here. I don't remember how this goes. I took so much damage, was? I think attack is the safest. Because like break does such a comical amount of damage, I really don't want to be broken. I think it was the break that hit me for 1 billion life. So we just spam attack. Wait, it's actually misfortune. It is misfortune. They are both pirates. Go boy! Thank you. Looks like the server has its eye on us. Oh well, there's no reason to take her out right away anyway. I like seeing gravel in the dirt like trash pick hard enough and I might make you my underling. Who knows, I might even share some of the prize money with you. I don't think you understand how this works. I can't believe that the punk dared to desecrate the supple skin of this fair maiden. I'll rip into shreds. Considering this servant uses a gun, she might be an archer, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, that's not true. You're wrong. Servant matrix. Archer? Archer? How was he so powerful he got after us? No, he got here before us. He already got the trigger. Really investigate the arena to find out the info on the enemy and maybe gain a tactical advantage to gain the story. The Hungarian always catch as much info as they can. Yes. So this... More praise, please. I read this from my ears. Oh yeah, this war is also a race against time. We might not see the punk again tomorrow. Some info is only available on a certain day, so you should try to search the arena every day. You should also search the arena every day for like grinding purposes. But I'm so low on health that we're gonna pop at the... We're gonna be popping at the fountain real quick. But I think I will fight basically most of these normal rooms just for like grinding purposes. Wake up from student team one day after us? No, not really. Everyone functionally woke up at the same time. And we just didn't see him around until later. Just remember, there's 128 students. Well, I guess that pretense is gone. 128 masters. Also, a lot of strength just has to do with the inherent magical ability of the master and power of the servant. That's kind of just intrinsic. So we've already, like, even the voice of the system said that we were not particularly competent as a master. So I think most others will just be baseline be more competent mages than me. And also his servant could be stronger than mine, we don't know. Oh, see, this is kind of scary. I have no idea what he's doing here. So if I had a spell, I would use a spell here to figure it out, you know? It was break attack from the looks of things. Hello, Aina-san. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna at least explore floor 1. Wait, no, in the floor, what we got over there? Yeah, it's just there. Just that, okay. Oh, new guy. If I remember correctly, I'm sort of going purely off of memory. Don't you always go in threes? So attack? Oh, that was guard? Guard. Oh, do you do XYX? Oh, I think that's what this guy is. Okay, so he has a guard something. Yeah, okay. Wait, no, or is it, yeah, because I don't know the middle one. The middle one gonna be anything. Hoi. Wait, no, is it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2? Nada. Because I think I'm getting hit on the first one, aren't I? So is it all of them in a cycle? Is it attack as the attack break like in this one would be ABG? Do I get a 6 out of 6? No, I have no idea what he's doing. Just say I have no idea what this guy's pattern is. Get the sword, yatta. So we got the thing for Taiga. So we'll talk to Taiga on the next day then. I think we can fight you. Or are you the one who fights in Bing Bing Bang? Bing Bing Bang. I guess I'm just gonna hit him with 3 guards. So he started with a break. Oh god, wait, I could die. Oh god. So I think this hero one... Oh nuts, I don't understand what you're doing at all. I don't understand what you're doing in the slightest. Okay, let's get a read on this. So he does attack, break. Attack. Attack. Was? Oh, Yaichi, I'm so confused. You know what, I think we just mash attack. Attack seems to be the safest, because trading with an attack deals so much less damage to me than getting hit by a break. Okay, does it at least repeat every turn? Is the third one always the same? It's not, it's not. What about, is it 1 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 1 2 2? Is that the pattern? So we're gonna hit us attack, then break. So that was attack, break, break. Was a good one? No, I get healing items, don't worry about them. Trigger theme, jätta. Kuten minä said, Tuber found the don't forget to obtain the second one, yeah. So I believe this unlocks the second layer. No, I wanna grind a little bit more. Especially because there's actually still one more pathway that we have not accessed. The soundtrack's so good though, no? Oh, we could maybe try hitting like level 5 or something today. Goodbye. Wait, this could actually be kinda scary. Please don't guard. Thank you. Alright, so yeah, we gotta go. Gotta go straight here. And also gotta hope we don't die to this guy. Break, break, attack, break, break, attack, perhaps. For today, sir. Like you can see how little damage we do. It's like actually kinda miserable. These would not take 5 turns to kill each if I was playing like Saber, you know? Level 5, let's go. Level up this. Let's check out this area. And then once we're done there, I think we can call it a day. No, another one of you. I can't get a read on you. What do you do? So it's always something, 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 yeah? Something, something, something. Guard. Cringe. Yeah, so all of these are guards, which leads to me taking a lot of damage. But yeah, the battle with these guys is easy. It's attack and then break or guard. Just gotta guess. And then it's break, attack, break. We'll do it like this. I was wrong, but it's okay. So I say that I have a read, but I actually don't understand at all. Can it be like one... That's cool that the color is different. I think I have to do this, but I'm kinda scared. Can't afford to lose. I will need to heal next. Yeah, I do need to heal here. I think I'll use a small healing item. Whoa. I didn't know I had a fast forward button bound. We can do it with a small heal. I don't think we need a turbo heal. Maybe like this? Oh, that only heals 50. That's so bad. Oh god, I might die. Actually, I gotta lose here. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Give me like two immediate ones. So if this gives me 50... No, I'm risking it, I don't care. You can kill me, I'm literally not scared of you. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I should have used the second healing item if you think about it. Might have been good. Okay, we'll get there real quick. We'll do that again. Oh, so nice. It's okay. I already talked to you, I don't need to. The boxes I feel like I got a good read on. I cannot tell what those guys are up to. Do I need to talk to Kotomine first? And I think we'll get the bozo down here. Yeah, there we are. You know what, I'm actually going very lame. And since I would need to do a full explore and I don't, and that's the reason why I wanna grind, by the way. So we don't put up with that during boss fights. So I technically wouldn't mind going a bit longer, but I actually do mind because I really need to pee. So we're gonna call it a stream. we're gonna end there. Hi to this. What do I do with the PSP? Do I have like an exit to menu? Oh, there's a retry button. I actually did not know that. So if it's like day 6 and I'm bored and chopped, then I can go back to the start of the week. That's nice, that's nice. Bye. Thank you for watching. 楽しかった。The tutorial sequence in this game is very long, so it ended up taking us a while to get anything started. But the intro sequence is cool, so I'm not bothered by and you know, we got the game started a little bit. Next time we will at least beat Shinji. We'll do the fight. I will be definitely playing this game pretty frequently, a couple times a week, because it will take a while. It will take a while. You're still confused a little. Well, there's supposed to be a mystery. That's kind of the point, no? If they gave you all the answers in the beginning, then nothing would be fun, would it? I'll put it on. So tomorrow is my day off. Tomorrow's no stream. But then on Sunday, I'll do something for members. Maybe karaoke. I'd like to do a members and subscribers only karaoke stream if my voice could take so probably. Ara. And Nani? What are we talking about? Oh yeah. But yeah, I've still got a couple of weeks. So yeah, I guess I don't know if I've talked about this on stream yet. My parents kind of would appreciate if I went back home again for Easter. I don't know if I wanna though. Cause that's in what, 2 weeks? Do I wanna, because I just came back from vacation. I would be away for way less than a week. I only be away for like 4 days. But do I wanna be away for 4 days in like another 2 weeks? Would I be slacking off too much on streams if I went away again? I feel like I would be. So I might stay behind and stream for Easter. Send a message and got an error. What the frick? When played as a point yellow, the change new to master and servant. Sorry to walk up with those men got through the wall, like everybody go through the own wall at the beginning. Yes. Everyone needed to. Because that was what they said when everyone's replaced, memories got replaced with the school, like the students. So all of the masters needed to go through the wall and realize, like needed to realize something's wrong, go through the wall and not die. Because that was like the seeding process. That was like what they used to sort of immediately qualify who can move forward, you know? So, yeah, tomorrow no stream. I'll think about if I want to go on vacation again for a little bit, because I don't think so. Shinji is dumb. How to get through? He's not though. He's like a famous hacker. He's a pro hacker in this game. Seriously, playing minimum 2 times make things clear? Not so much in extra. Definitely so in like stay night and stuff. Obviously stay night you need to play 3 times. But I don't think extra so much. Of course extra is still good to play twice. So at least twice so you can get the rain route and running route. But like I think it's fine if you just do running route if you want to. But I understand what you mean. I think like in extra CCC again, for example, the routes are a lot more different. In these games the routes are very similar. Comparatively. We will play CCC after, by the way, for sure. But yeah, thank you for hanging out everyone. I had a really good time. I'm glad to have like some medium to chat about Type Moon stuff. We will be playing lots more, so if you'd like to see that, don't forget to follow my Twitch channel and subscribe to my YouTube. I will see you guys the day after tomorrow. Bye bye. Otsukure. Thank you. Mata ne.